Right, we are in. We are in. We are in. We are in. Are we in? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold on. Right, one sec. Right, I believe we are in. Right, I'm gonna. This is gonna be Q stream, guys. I am simply just hosting it. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me just message Q back. What's that? Stay there, people. Hold on. Right, hold on. Stay there, everyone. We're having problems. Right, stay there. I know I'm going to go sideways. It's cool. Right, hold on. One sec. Hold on one sec. Right, one sec, guys. Right, so we're there. Right, having a bit of a shit start. So I apologize. Q's currently engaged. He'll be with us in about 5 minutes, if not less. And then Q will explain what we are rocking and rolling with. Hold on, we might have our first guest. Brother Q is here. Yes, I.
What's going on, my people? Bear with me a second. Let me. Yes, locked in. What's going on?
I'll let you run it, bro.
Yes. So here we are, my people. Is how many people are here? We got. I can't really see.
53 to start. 57, 53,
Brilliant.
57.
Brilliant. I don't know if you guys remember, but the other day we done a live, and I was talking about my workout in Africa, and how I was blessed to meet that guy, Brother Suleiman Abu Bakr, with no legs, right after I found the guy with, give me the card with the prosthetics, who does prosthetics. Anyway, I just got an update. My guy on the ground in Africa, went to go visit the family, and yeah, their house has fallen down. So the lady, I don't know, I'm just going to explain. For you guys who don't know, let me start from the beginning quickly. We was out in Africa, and I was blessed to do some amazing work. And we went to go check on an orphan. And when we went to go check on the orphan was at school. Now, I thought, you know what? Let me go for a walk with his sister to go pick him up. Why just stay at the house? I thought, let me go for a little stroll. So we're walking through the bush, gonna go pick him up. And on the way back, his sister went one way, and he told me, let's go that way through the jungle. Obviously, I was a bit scared at first, because right before this, he's showing me the trails in the sand of the snakes. So I was like, okay, let's go. But anyway, so we popped in, and where we've popped out from, there was a man sitting there in front of his house with both his legs gone, just up to his knees. There was nothing there. He just sat there. But about an hour or so before this, we was at the hospital dealing with little baby Muna. We was getting some work done for her, and a guy approached me outside the hospital who does prosthetic legs. He gave me his card. He goes, look, I do prosthetic legs, arms, it's charity. Hit me up if you know anyone. So yeah, like an hour later, I actually find someone in the middle of nowhere. So then me and my brother Al-Haji, Usman Kinte, we walked over, and from there I'll never forget the way the guy was looking at me anyway, because obviously he realized that we're all there because of me. I've seen him. I've not said nothing to him. I just waved at him and kept going. But in my head, I was like, we'll be back in a minute. Anyway, so we come back, and then I decided I had some money for some water wells. So I thought, you know what, we'll build a water well on his land. From there, bless him, he passed away not long after I left. But his wife, bless her, she turned the water well, and she used the water to actually plant crops. You know, she started her own little, to be self-sufficient, so she didn't need handouts. Now, due to the heavy rain in Africa, in Gambia, they have rainy season. Bless her, their house has fallen down. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to, we set up a GoFundMe already, and we're going to try to build them a house. But obviously, we can't do this without your support, with everyone else's support. But I think it's about 2,000 to 2.5 grand. We can build these people a home. And I mean, Cody, you got about 20,000 people on your YouTube. If everyone gave 30p, 40p, a pound, we can make a huge impact in someone's life. I'll be back out in the ground, be back on the ground, hopefully by November, December, depending on the COVID situation. But you will be able to see the work that we're doing, and it will all be thanks to you. But what we're going to do, we've got a special guest coming in. Let me send him the link. Bear with me a second. I'm trying to stay on this and not get kicked off. Am I still there? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're here, Q. Got you, bro. Got you.
Cody?
Got you, bro. Can
You can hear me, yeah? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Can everyone hear me? Brilliant.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back. I just sent him the link. This guy here who's coming on, he is my biggest inspiration. He's one of the, you know, he grew up in the UK. He was he used to own Ruthless Records, where he had artists. If you heard of DJ Limelight, gigs, a lot of UK. He was proper doing his thing. Gave it all up, left the UK, went back to Africa, and now the work he does out there is absolutely amazing. He like I've seen firsthand as I was there. I'll tell you, it's a funny story. I was smoking a cigarette, so I was smoking outside his house, and there was a guy just waiting there, and I thought he probably knows him, or you know, one of the neighbors or whatever. So I was like, yeah, he'll be out in a minute. So I'm there. As I'm there, it's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. The guy's talking. I was like, yo, hold on. I was like, has anyone told him he's here? So let me go get my man. So anyway, we got him. And what I didn't know was this guy was just someone who lived in the neighborhood. He was an old man whose son had passed away, and they were really struggling. And he was told that this guy can help you. And it's just like that, come to the house, and he's left with a big bag of rice, oil, on everything that he needed. And to see that firsthand, like, wow, like these people, they have someone in their vicinity where they know they can go and get help. I see so much things he was doing, man. The water wells that he do, like they provide water in the middle of nowhere. Like the wells that we were going to check up on, it's not easy to even get to these places, these remote places where people don't have anything. But the biggest thing is the fact that he's left this world, the world that we live in, the Western world, where we have electricity, we have water, and he gave, you know, all of that up so he can go help the people. There's not many people who do that, man. And he's a true inspiration. And the way he conducts himself, the way he works, the way he talks, how you'll see yourself once he comes on. Has he clicked the link at all? Do you know?
No, bro, he's not yet. I'd normally get a #1 at the bottom. He's still.
Let me
go
back to him now.
Yeah, man. Q, and if anyone that wants to watch the original,
yeah? I'm just trying to.
Yeah, go on, do what you're doing, Q. It's cool.
Okay, he's online now. He's on the. So hopefully he clicks the link, and he figures it out. He should be okay. All right, let me go back.
Right, we've got him, brother. Right, yeah, Mr. Kintel, 1 sec. Right, 1, 2, 3, he's in.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you, brother? Okay?
For some reason, the volume's gone on it now.
I can hear you guys clearly. How are you, brother? You okay?
You can hear
I'm
us
good, bro. I'm good.
Sorry, 1 second.
Q was just saying that you're a big inspiration, leaving one of the 5th richest economies in the world to go back to Africa and help those in need, brother. Respect.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, brother, did you want to tell us a little bit about who you was before? I gave a little brief, about Ruthless Records, but I thought maybe you go in depth as well, so people know who the brother Ruthless is, man.
Yeah, I'll say it's a good few years now, about 10 years now. I was in the music business. I was running a label called Ruthless Records. I was working and managing some big artists. Well, they're big now, like Gigs. I kind of did his album, Walk in the Park album, with him. We released that independently. He's working with other artists. We released a lot of mixtapes. We used to manufacture them for a lot of the artists in the game, distribute them, the shops, put them in like HMV. We had street teams. Basically, just the music really, all on the underground, and a couple artists, they did well from it as well. Some of them are still doing really well from it now. Yeah, that's what I was doing before.
Now, do you want to tell us a little bit about Brother Abu Bakr and tell the story from your side?
Okay, well, I need the Brother Abu Bakr through Iqbal, because I took Iqbal to one village where we was rebuilding a home for one family, and then he started to wander off like what he usually does, and he just wanders off, and then he came back and said to me,
we picked up the boy from school.
The son from school, yeah. And afterwards, he came back, and he said, "Yeah, I found one man, and this guy he's in a real bad state." So he said, "Okay, cool, let's go." Went to visit the brother, and basically, I think he had one leg. Is it one or both legs amputated?
I think one was completely amputated.
Yeah.
One still had a little bottom bit.
That's right. Yeah. So he was sitting down, and he was like he was really poor, with his wife, his daughter, and his son. And then I think Iqbal sponsored a well for them. He put a well in their compound, and then every month he was taking some food supplies to them to go and visit them. But anyway, when he went back, I went to see him about 3 Fridays. About 3 Fridays, the guy became a Muslim. But about 3 Fridays after he passed away. When he passed away, we kind of still felt like there was a connection there, because you can't believe that you just met a guy for about maybe 6 weeks and he's passed away in it. So we couldn't just leave it like that. So we kept on going to visit the family. But a couple of days ago, that where they're living, it felt we've had 1 week of intense rain over here. It's been raining really heavy, nothing like rain in London, like some real strong rains. And a lot of these poor people, they live in mud houses. So his house, the wife's house fell down. I was meant to go there yesterday, but the rain was heavy yesterday, so I couldn't really move. Today there was no rain, so tomorrow I'm planning to go and visit them. But I got a call on Friday saying, yeah, that the house fell down. So we were seeing what we can do, how we can help them, build them a solid home, out of proper blocks rather than a mud house. Because that's kind of the things that we do over here as well. I think to date so far we've built about 24 new homes for families over here. These families were living in mud houses before, with stick roofs. We've knocked them down. I'll send you some pictures now. They live in proper concrete houses with bedrooms, proper ceilings. So yeah, that's what kind of things we're doing.
Do you want to tell us about what Brother Abu Bakr's wife done with the water well? Firsthand, what she was doing.
Yeah, she, people are very creative with the little that they have. So what she done was she started a garden inside the house, in the grounds near the house, where she grows her own crops now, where they eat from that and they sell that as well, all from a water well, So the water well, they use that they'll have bath with it, they'll drink that, they'll wash their dishes, clothes, all from the well, So people actually make a living from it. They say water is life, where there's water there's life. So this is living proof of it, where they grow food, the complete survival is done from that water well,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just getting a bit emotional just thinking about it all again, You know me, I wear my heart on my sleeve when I'm out there, working. And
I know. I know. So he had a very emotional trip when he was there. You know, it's like one of the few guests we had here that, you know, like every day he was shedding tears. You know, every day I was shedding tears, man. You remember every day I was shedding tears because what he saw, how he saw people living. You know, see like how happy the kids were. You know, how happy they were to see him. You know, like the matter how happy they were just to see him. You know, like all their problems went away when they saw him. You know, they just had hope seeing him. You know, so I know he had a very emotional trip. I remember, you know, very emotional trip. It was a nice trip.
Ah, man,
You know?
sorry guys, I'm getting emotional again, man. Just
That's how it is. It's like me. I came here actually on a holiday that to build the mosque. And my plan was to go back to the UK. When I came here, and I started doing like, you know, just helping certain families. I just couldn't leave again. I've been here since. You know, it was for what was meant to be a short holiday ended up me being here now for 4 years now. You know, I've been here for 4 years straight. I ain't gone back to the UK. I've just been here. You know, people are seeing their work. Some people are supporting different families, and I feel like I can't go back now and live my own life knowing that, you know, so much people here are in need of help, and there's a possibility of me being able to help them. You know, so you know, that's how it is.
Ah, how's baby Muna? How's she doing?
Yeah, she's fine. She's completely well, you know, completely well. On the trip, I'll explain to the brother Cody about Muna. Muna's a small girl that when Iqbal came, I took him to another village to visit some of the projects we was doing there, and we came with another lady, cousin of mine, Ture, and basically she discovered one girl. This girl had one leg that was rotting. Basically, the leg was cut already. It was all rotting. The smell was so strong. It was even stronger than a dead body. You know, so Iqbal and Ture, they put together, and they paid for her to have an operation. It took about 1 year after the operation for after treatment till she got well. Now she's walking. She's fine. Where at first there was they thought that the leg was going to get amputated because it was that rotten. You know, but you know, alhamdulillah, you know.
But yeah,
you'd be surprised.
Tell her about what we had to go through in order to get her to the hospital. You know.
Yeah,
remember
the grandma didn't want us to take her to the hospital because she thought that if the child was going to go to the hospital, they're going to amputate the leg. So the grandmother was very primitive. She was thinking, you know what, it's better for the child to die than have one leg and then the child's going to become a beggar. That was the mentality of the grandmother. So we was trying to convince her that she's not going to lose her leg. We're going to try and get a treatment, but that was like a complete day job because the grandma wasn't having it. We had to go to like Charles, you know, the child support in the police to try to bring the police over. Yeah, we had to bring them over just to get them involved, just to help this child, you know. But the grandma was so grateful. She's so grateful because the child's well now.
How is she back at the home that we found her at, or is she still over with the uncle?
No, she's back at her home now, living a normal life, you know, living a normal life, you know, living a normal life. And that's the thing. It's like you can help people. You can help people with so much, with a little. You know, you can help people with a little. That's the thing about African life. You can help someone. You can actually help someone with £10 that we might go to Tesco's and just spend on silly stuff. You can actually buy someone a bag of rice that they would eat that for about 2 weeks. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like.
Sorry, yeah, because the rent. Remember, we were paying the rent for the lady. I think Brother Shaban took over that. How much was that rent a month?
That rent was about £15 a month. Yeah,
that
was about £15 a month. Yeah.
And that's their rent to live in their, you know, in a home. It was.
Yeah. It's not a great home, but it was just a home where she was living. That was her rent. That was her rent. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yes. Like I said, I've never had the pleasure of going to Africa, and I've seen humanitarian things and like the big charities and stuff. Is it UNICEF and things like that? But this seems to be more like from the bottom up with you guys and what you guys are doing. Q was talking about it the other day on the live as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm telling you, Cody, I'd love you to come out here, you know, and see for yourself what it is. We're on the ground. Like, we travel to different villages, you know. We do like firsthand with the people. We don't do no politics, no going through the local or the village council. We just go directly to the people that we know that we need, and we just help them directly, because, you know, a lot there, you know, I hate to say that there's charities, but you won't actually see their work. You know, you'll see the nice 4x4s driving around, but you're not going to see anything, you know. Or they might just go and just do a presentation and take pictures. That's all you're going to see, you know. Iqbal knows what I'm talking about, you know. He's experienced it, you know. But we actually go to the people, see them, you know, take it to them, we make them stamp, you know, we make them we make sure that, you know, we've got proof. We send pictures to those people that have supported the project, so they can see the feedback, you know. So, you know, we just try to make our work as transparent as possible, because, you know, we just know that it doesn't take a lot to help in Africa. It doesn't, you know. Sometimes I wonder where all these millions and all this, you know, money's going, because I'm telling you, with £1 million, you can probably help nearly the whole of Gambia, you know. So certain organizations are raising so much money, you don't know where it's going, you know. So we're really trying to make a difference, you know. We're not acting, you know. It's not a game, you know.
No, man.
So, brother, how did you and Q link up then? How did this come about with you and Q?
I came to the UK in 2016, and I went to link an old friend of mine, Les, in Crawley, and then he was telling me about Iqbal. Telling me, I said, brother, you need to meet, man. I went to meet Iqbal. I met him in a mosque, and he was over passionate. I thought, wow, this brother, man, he's on fire.
When we was feeding the homeless outside.
Yeah. So this brother, man's got a lot of passion. He really wants to do things, you know. And I thought, you know, brother, you need to come to Gambia, you know. But we were always talking on Facebook. Then spontaneously one day, just came with my cousin, and that was it, you know. But he's introduced me to a lot of people, you know, since like he went on holiday for, you know, but he linked me with a few people, and we've been doing lots of different projects still, you know. So, you know, he's given me a couple of partners that we're still working on loads of projects out here, you know. Together.
So when did you first go? So how did it come about with Q going to Gambia, and then you guys obviously knew each other from, like, you linked to each other in Crawley, but then how did the Gambia thing come together, where Q went out there?
My cousin was going. Yeah, go on.
All right, what happened was, I got a random message on Facebook. I was planning on going in January. So I get a random message from someone who's on my Facebook saying, look, I've heard, you know, the work you're doing. I got a free ticket and accommodation. Do you want to come Gambia? So I was like, yeah, I've been trying to go there anyway. The maddest thing is, the person who's rang me and is saying, oh, do you want to come Africa, was his cousin, and he didn't even know. And so she's like, oh, we're going to go meet my cousin. And I'm like, what? Like, that's my guy. How crazy is that? You know, to end up in Africa, the other side of the world, with my guy, the guy I'm trying to, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was an emotional trip, man. Honestly, I can't wait to see you again.
Whereabouts in Gambia are you based, brother? Whereabouts in Gambia are you based?
I'm based in a place called Aboko. Basically, I'm about maybe 15 minutes away from the airport. You know, so I'm living in the city, but most of our work is done like in the rural areas. We do work in the city because there's certain places in the city you wouldn't be able to tell the difference whether it's rural or city because it's that poor. You know, but there's some very nice places in Gambia, don't get me wrong, but a lot of our work is done in the rural areas.
Is it predominant when it comes down to like religion and things? Is it Christian? Is it Muslim? Is it just a mix, or?
It's mostly Muslim, yeah. But you do have a few Christians. Like the Christians, they're a minority, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference because it's one of those countries where I wish most of the world was like that, where you'll see a Christian will meet a Muslim, and you know he's got you wouldn't even like the religion. It's not the focus. It's about brotherhood and humanity, and all of our religions teach respect towards the other religion. It's just ignorance where there's problems. But you'll see a Muslim in his creed, he's taught to respect. He couldn't be a Muslim unless he actually believed in the Bible was a book of God, you know. So if you believe the Bible is a book of God, yeah, then you obviously are going to have a respect for the Christian, because it's not for you to impose your belief on him. You have to leave him with his belief, and you have your belief. So you'll see that in terms of religion, it's very, very peaceful. We hope it stays that way as well. Yeah.
What's the population? What's the population like of the country and of the town that you're in? Like, do you know the population approximately?
In the population of Gambia, probably about 2 million people. Probably about 2 million people. It's not a lot of people in the country. It's a small country. Most villages have maybe a few thousand people. Not that many. Some villages have got 300 people, 200 people.
So Q, when you first went out there, how much of you've already done humanitarian work, like you said, Bangladesh and stuff like that. But when you went to Gambia, was it shocking in different aspects to say Bangladesh and things like that, or?
I mean, poverty is poverty everywhere, but the difference is the water. Like Bangladesh, they have access to water, they have access to electricity. Gambia didn't have that. From as far as from where I was looking at, there's a big problem with drinking water. In this day and age, that should not be happening, man. It's 2020 now. How are people not got water? How are people still having to travel miles or however far just to get water, man? That's
Q's right. There's some villages here. You'll see that everyone's drinking water from one well. The whole village is sharing one well. So you'll see like it's actually really crazy in some places. And when we travel to the villages, it's like, so before we go, we've got to buy like maybe 1 or 2 small bottles of cold water. But we're going to places where people are not even drinking. Like they won't even drink water for a good few hours. And you'll see that when we have guests, like they're all sweating and they're hot, and they're wondering how do these people manage? As Q said, some places don't have no electric, no water supply. It's actually really crazy.
Do you know what, right? I know this doesn't sound right. I've never thought, right? I'm sitting here, right? We're talking about poverty and everything else, and I'm sat here with a bottle of water that I take for granted, that I just get out of my fridge. I've got my tap right there, and then you talk to me like that, and honest to God, right? I want to. If I can get the money together, I would love, honestly, to come, because I think it would be humbling. Like extremely humbling, and like I said, what you guys do, it's just from the goodness of your heart.
Listen, Cody, sort your passport out, mate. December, you're coming.
I've got it, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Flights are expensive.
I'll tell you, Cody. Yeah, if you come here, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it for many reasons. One, as you said, it's humbling. Yeah. 2, the experience you're gonna get. Like it's like you just gave an example of you went to get the water, that bottle of water. I remember when I went back I was here 2015. I went back in 2016. When I went back to my place, I had a shower, like a warm shower. I felt like I was in paradise. I got to Tesco's and my eyes were just wide open. Wow, because it's like it's not over here. So it's like I think to actually really appreciate the UK, you've actually got to go to certain places. Because people be screaming, "Oh, London, there's no opportunities, there's no this." I mean, I tell you, that there's loads of opportunities down there. I tell you that the NHS is fabulous. That there's so much things over there that people take for granted, and I just see it as if they're sport, really. They're sport. Because over here, if you're sick and you haven't got no money, you're either gonna go and queue up the whole day in a hospital where hundreds of people are queuing up. You might even get seen, or you go private where it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, So to me, the NHS is fantastic still, I'm telling you.
Do you know what though? But we take it for granted. It took the coronavirus for us to appreciate and think, wow, like we take it for granted. We take our everyday gas, electric, water, Sky television, mobile phones. We take it for granted. And like I said, I've never been in the humbling place where you two are and have been, that have done this amazing work. And you can see it, because it must open your eyes. It must be a shock for a man or a woman to go over to Gambia or any place where there's poverty and see it firsthand with a naked eye. It must be so humbling, heartbreaking, and just eye-opening.
All of what you said is exactly that. It's exactly that. But you know what it does? It makes you human. Makes you human, because you realize that like your life, you know, it's like you've got a great purpose. Like look, like even the show that you're doing, this is great. All this is great stuff, you know. You got a great purpose, but it's like when you see certain things, it makes you understand your purpose more, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because you're just not in this world just to have fun, you know. You're here for a reason, you know, and that reason is great. It's a great reason. So you got to try and make that reason as great as you can, you know.
Yeah. What's the biggest? I know obviously we live in this like the 5th richest like economy in the world. So what is the biggest killer in Gambia, and what is the age of mortality there? Like the average death rate in Gambia. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot less than the UK.
No, it is. I'll be honest, because when we sponsor orphans, like tomorrow we've got our orphan payout there. We sponsor about 150 orphans in Gambia. So we're dealing with like a lot of widows, and you'll find out that people, a lot of men, they die like from, personally, I think it's stress, you know. You know, like you'll just see someone who's 42 or is 38 and just passed away. No one knows why he passed away. Personally, I just think it's stress, because imagine you've got your wife, you've got 4 kids, you can't provide for them, you're living in a mud house, you know, there's no food, or you can't give them breakfast, you know, just the embarrassment of going home in itself, you know what I mean? You know, the stress of that can kill you, you know. I've had hard times in UK and I've been stressed over that, but thinking about how some families and how some people live here, I'm telling you, stress alone will kill you.
You know, when I come back from Lebanon, it was mad. I was doing blanket distribution there. We handed out blankets and things and oil for the heating, because obviously it was absolutely freezing. And when I landed in Wormwood Scrubs, this was nuts, you know. Like, I'm a bit pissed. I've just landed in, excuse my language, I've landed in jail. And as soon as I'm at reception, they pass me a bag with a blanket and clothes in it. And straight away, that put a smile on my face. I thought, wow, like, look how, you know, even in jail, how blessed I am. I've got running water. Yeah. I've got electricity. I've got food. I've got TV. I've got a bed. You know, I got a gym. It was nuts. Like when people would complain, I would say to them, like, yo, come here. And I would just literally flick the light on and off. I say, just to have that and running water, we're doing better than most of the world. Of the world. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
I live in a decent apartment here, but we don't have 24 hours electric. We certainly don't have 24 hours water, you know. Like we could be talking right now, the light might just go, you know. So, and that's how it is. That's the reality of it, you know. Yeah, that's the reality of it, you know.
It's like I said, it's just, you see charity and things like that and everything, but like you don't, even if people donate, and like I said, people will be donating hopefully, and we'll put the link in, guys, and stuff like that, and hit me up. Q, if they wanted to see the original video that you're talking about on the first one, that's on your channel, isn't it? For people to view.
If you at the same time, if you want to, Alhaji, you've got a YouTube channel as well. He's also on Facebook. But if you go on my YouTube, I got the videos in Africa, you know, with my brother Pa on top of trucks, and you know, I'll tell you the most amazing feeling. I'll never forget this. We're driving in the middle of nowhere. We went to go visit a village called Mina in Jara. I'll never forget that place, and I owe them people still. I'm not done with that village. That's gonna be my spot, inshallah. May Allah put me in a position to do more for them people. But I remember we were driving down this long road. It's not a road, like dirt track. You know, like this. But you know me, I don't sit in the car. I sit in the back of the truck. I'm one of them ones. I did never like to sit inside. Me, I'd be on the back, just, you know. And I remember we're there, and I thought we got to the place, because out of nowhere there's loads of people, guys on horses. So I've jumped off the truck, and Pa goes to me, no, he goes, get back on, we're not there yet, this is our welcoming committee. So then they've all jumped on the truck. They've all jumped on the truck with me, with us, and I think you was in the car in front, wasn't you? You was in the car in front, and I was on the truck with all the food. So we're on top of this truck, and I got all these guys jumping on the truck with me, and we're driving around, man on the side on the horse with flags. It was just the most amazing feeling, man. And Cody, I
It's
really
the-
hope that you get to experience that with me, man.
No,
It's nuts.
I tell you, see what it is about. See what it is about Africa. When you come here, yeah, you're gonna see that the people, they will welcome you, because I mean, you can ask anyone about Gambia, they'll tell you that one thing. You know, every country's got its the people have got its kind. They've kind of got like a character or personality. You know, a kind of thing. But in Gambia, it's about hospitality. So when you could come Cody tomorrow, yeah, Gambia, and you could walk and you're hungry. You can knock at someone's house and tell him, look, I'm hungry. Whatever he's got, he's gonna feel obliged to share it with you, because part of our culture is hospitality. So you see that no matter what, yeah, wherever you go, you're always gonna feel welcome. That I can promise you. And if you come here, you see it yourself that people are. Am I right, Iqbal?
100%. And it's a very safe country.
Yeah.
Very safe. Like, you know, when people think of Africa, you'd think, oh, like, nah. Everything that I ever thought about Africa that the TV showed me, I ain't seen none of that. It was completely different. I'm not saying it doesn't go on in other places, but not in Gambia, man.
Yeah, it sounds like your heart is in Gambia for the moment. Honestly, the passion, the emotion.
Listen, I've got my brother Pa on the live right now on YouTube. You know, like I've not seen his pretty face in so long. You know, I can't wait to go back out there. You know, like I don't think you realize I live for this. Like I genuinely, I think I've told you this before. I used to pray when I was in crack houses. I was off my nut, and I would pray that my son would travel the world helping people.
And, you told me this.
And then a brother told me, I can't remember who told me. He goes, "Wow!" I was telling someone. He's like, "Yo," he goes, "They say that when you pray for somebody, angels make the same prayer for you." And I'm telling you, that's the only way someone like me got out to do all the things I'm doing, man. Them angels was praying for me, man. Because, man, it was absolutely. First, it's absolutely humbling to be able to make an impact in people's lives. Someone like me. I know I keep saying it, but I genuinely think I'm one of the worst people out here, man. Like there's nothing good about me. And
you see, the thing is, I used to think the same thing about myself when I first came here as well. You know, like it's like I was thinking to myself, like, oh, like, it's like I used to ask myself, like, what did I do to like deserve that, to be here, to be able to help someone? Because I never ever imagined my whole life that I even have flashbacks to this day, thinking like, wow, how am I here? Because I was like a very materialistic person, like I used to collect trainers, I used to collect cars, I used to collect, like jewelry. I was so materialistic. I didn't care about anything apart from making money. That's all I cared about. And I remember like driving with one of my friends, and this was like this is when I started to get like fed up of that lifestyle. I was driving with a friend of mine. I said to him, like, Robert, his name was Robert. I said, Robert, like, Robert, why do you want money? Because I lost focus. Like, I didn't see, like, where's all of this going, really? I said, Robert, why do you want money? And he looked at me and he said to me, I don't know, bro. All I know is I want money. And I thought, that's not an intelligent answer. And I asked myself, like, why do I want money? And I didn't have an intelligent answer myself, So it's like, after about 2 years of going through, like, questioning myself, like, what am I doing? Like what is this? Like, I'd get depressed and I'd go to Foot Locker and I'd look around to see what I haven't got, and this is new. I just buy that anyway. You know what I mean? And I'd go home and it's like there was no purpose for anything. And I remember when I thought to myself, like, this is long. I just, for the music, I just switched my phone off. I just switched my phone off one Ramadan and I disappeared from everybody, and that was it. That was the change, and I was so disgusted with myself, I gave away like clothes to my neighbors, I gave away so much stuff, like jackets. I just gave them all away, because I was thinking to myself, what am I doing buying a £600 coat? I mean, for what? You're collecting 110s, what for? And I started wearing like £2 Primark. I went the other way. I went from one extreme to another extreme anyway, And I started just wearing simple, really, really cheap clothes. Afterwards, when I came to Africa and I went to my village, and I looked how poor the people were. And I used to go to my village before when I had money, but I never used to see the poverty. It's like I was spiritually blind, you know. Then when I went to my village and I saw, you know what, my people are really poor, and I thought, this is why you need money, because if you money's got, there's got to be a purpose for wanting money. You can't just be saving for what we're saving for. You've got to have money for a reason, and that reason should be greater than yourself. And that's what I believe. It's got to be greater than yourself, you know. Because at the end of the day, you've got somewhere to live. Okay, you got a car, you got your basic needs, you're happy. What's next? What's next? Someone else doesn't even have, someone's not even having breakfast. And our religion teaches us, the Prophet said, you could not be a true believer if you go to bed with your stomach is full and your neighbor is hungry. You're not a Muslim. A Muslim cannot go to bed with his belly full and his neighbor is hungry. And many of us, we're practicing religion by tongue, and the religion is a religion of action, so it's about humanity. It's about helping people,
At the same time, quickly, at the same time, when the Prophet said that, he didn't say your Muslim neighbor. He just meant your neighbor, irrelevant
your neighbor.
Of what you are.
I had someone message me on Facebook. Someone messaged me on Facebook. They said, "Do you dig wells for Christians?" Of course we do. We dig wells for anybody. It's not about black, white, Muslim, Christian. No, we help people in need because, at the end of the day, it's humanity. It's all about humanity. And every religion, if you follow your religion properly, your religion is going to teach you about humanity. Your religion doesn't teach you to hate. People choose to hate, but religion doesn't. And if your religion is teaching you to hate, it's because you're not studying it properly. You're not learning it properly. But no one teaches. There is no hate. Not one prophet came down to teach hate. Everyone teaches love. Love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
I tell you what, brother. How are you not a scholar, brother?
No, I'm just
knowledgeable, bro. Do you know what? I see a lot of Q in you, because Q's, like I said, me and Q have done the prison stuff and gone down that route and everything, all in the past. But the thing is, the way that Q projects himself, I can see why you guys bounce off each other 1000%.
Yeah. That's what it's about. Each one teaches one, isn't it? We can all learn from each other's experiences. No one is really listen. No one is really bad. No one is really, unless when a person that's really bad is mental, but no one is really bad. It's just situations and circumstances drive people to do things. Some people, because I was on the road, I've done some things that that I just know maybe poverty made me do it, but it's not. You don't intentionally go around to harm someone or to go around to rob. So you don't. You just feel that this is the way out, but it's not the way out. So it's like it's just circumstances drive people to do what they want to do. Sometimes it's youth. They're young. You don't know, you don't understand. But as you grow older, life teaches you. Other people's experiences teaches you. As long as you're not judgmental on people, and you just know that everyone is trying. Everyone's on a journey. You accept everyone for how they are. You live a very peaceful life.
There's a saying by the Greek philosopher Aristotle that poverty is the parent of crime and revolution. And I think it's as true today as it was all them centuries ago.
It certainly is. And our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says that poverty can cause disbelief. Poverty, it can cause disbelief. Poverty can make a Muslim not believe in God. Poverty can make a Christian not believe in God, because when a person is so poor, they will compromise their religion. They will steal, they possibly kill, rob, they'll do anything, so that's why it's so important for us to try to, help one another, share, teach the children, make sure that they know that education is like the key. Education doesn't have to be just the books. It can be a trade. It can be anything, this is why we've got to really, with our experiences, really do something positive with it,
Brother, can you see this comment on the screen there? This is from Shaz. She's a sister, and she's just throwing some love out.
Yeah.
She says, your company reflects on you two. Be kind to others. Watch karma give it back to you. Multifold, inshallah.
Yeah. Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, that's what it is, man. This is the great show. You know, I'm here with two great people, man. I'm happy. I think this is probably the best kind of interview I've gone on the whole year because seriously, Iqbal's a fantastic guy. I know, as I say, birds of a feather flock together. You know, he's told me a lot about you, Cody, also as well. I'm
Yeah,
happy
man.
to be on this show. Really.
I'm just all it is, brother. This is just it went from prison to some far out place where we've had people talking about addiction, homelessness, negative things, but they're trying to turn it round. Some are still
Yeah.
stuck in that grip, and God willing, they come away
Yeah.
from that. But people
Yeah.
like you, man, if
Yeah.
he's gone from like yourself, brother, it sounded like you're living that road, he's going down that lifestyle, living that
Yeah.
life, and you've gone right the other way.
Yeah.
And it's just so.
Yeah.
How did it come about, brother? Where you first went to Gambia that first time? Was it family ties out there? Was it just an offer, a spiritual thing? What was it?
Yeah, it was more of a spiritual thing because what it was now, it's like when I left everything alone, I started having problems where I started thinking about the money I was earning because I used to earn a lot of money, so I'm thinking about how am I going to be able to earn. So I became confused. I wasn't sure what to do with my life next. So I thought to myself, let me go back home. Yeah. And my dad's buried here. Let me just go back home, go to my village. And when I go down there, I might be inspired with something. And when I came back, that's exactly what happened, because sometimes you got to just know where you really come from, innit? Okay, I was born in Leighton, in London, but at the end of the day, yeah, I'm really from a poor village. That's where my dad was born, So going back there really hit home, really hit home.
So you was born in the Gambia, and then you came to the UK. Or your descendants are from Gambia, and you
No,
was born
I was born in the UK. No, I was born in the UK. I was born in London. It's been my longest stay in Gambia, but I used to come here regularly, like for 2 weeks, 1 week, go back, But I was born in London. But this trip, when I came, like for this spiritual journey, that's when I came and I ended up staying, because I came and I just realized, you know what, this is my purpose. I've got to help these people. I can make a difference, and I ain't gone back since.
And you're making a huge difference, my bro. Huge difference. SubhanAllah.
So
Real
I
talk.
can't
Yeah,
believe,
at the moment, we've dug over. Huh?
Go on, brother. You keep
No,
talking.
carry on.
No, it's all right. You go, bro.
Now, I was going to say, at the moment, we've dug over 150 water wells. We sponsor 100 and going to 50, 60 children over here. We pay them every month. We've got a payment going on tomorrow, and we've built about 24 houses for families. We've got our own family welfare support where we give families every month rice. We've got some people, we've moved them from mud houses. We pay their rent where they live in nice homes now, or nicer homes where they live in before. We pay medical treatment for some people also as well. And yeah, these are some of the main things that I can think of on top of my head. We do roofing projects where we change the roofing on certain homes that are really bad. And wherever we can, we've got empowerment projects where we help the women with soap projects, where they can make soap and sell, and yeah, this is what we've been doing so far anyway.
But I
What
tell
about
you
solar
what,
power?
some people in live talk things. You two are out there doing it, brother. And like I said, so if someone wanted to volunteer on one of these journeys, right? How much they're going to need for like flights, accommodation? Because it sounds a lot cheaper. It's probably your flights, and then once you get on the land, it's cheaper to like accommodation and stuff.
I'll tell you, if someone wants to come here, yeah, okay, all you're going to need is your flight, yeah, your hotel. When you come here, you just eat with us, Iqbal knows, we just all eat together, He just slept at the hotel, or we just roll together. That's what it is, we just roll together. We just all eat the same food,
About 500 quid should cover your flights. About £500
Yeah.
should cover your flights and your accommodation.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you won't need anything other than that. You won't need no pocket money, because we just roll together, That's what it is.
Must be humbling, man.
Because when you come and you see,
I can't even imagine. Like, I've seen Q's videos and everything like that, but it's seeing something through a screen is not the same as being on the ground and seeing the day-to-day struggle to exist, to live, to eat, to survive. It's literally like, without, I don't mean this in like the Hunger Games sort of thing, where it's literally that. It's just like, where's your next meal coming from, sort of life.
Yeah, that's how it is. You see, like this week it's been raining for about 5 days, yeah. And during these 5 days, yeah, and the rain is heavy. It's like, I know for a fact that so many people are being affected by the rain. Just like Abu Bakr's family, their house fell down. And that's going to be like hundreds of houses that are fallen down these past couple of days, you know. And because it's raining, people can't go to the market to sell anything. So if you're not going to sell anything here, you might not eat properly that day, you know. So it's like loads of people that's affected this week. But when you come and you see, if you come and you see how people are living, you see how deep a water well is, you see how you might be a strong man, but after taking water out of the well a few times, how tight it's like weights. And you're going to see women
It was
drawing
hard. I
water
remember
from the
doing it
wells,
once. I remember doing it.
picking up the water, putting it on their head and carrying it. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. On our last trip,
in your arms.
Yeah, and you'll see them. They'll still be skinny.
Oh, sorry, brother. Go on. I'm interrupting. Go on.
They will still be skinny. You know, because many people are still undernourished.
The weight on the head must be. Does it not take? It must be pressure on the neck and the spine.
Brother, I'll be honest with you. I've been here for some. I don't know how they do it. I'll be honest. I can't do it. You know, it's some things. It's like, you know, it's kind of like you can't explain it. You know. Can't explain.
I remember
the last brothers that came here, Iqbal's friends, the guys that he hooked up with, they came here, and we was driving out of one village. We saw an old lady just pushing a wheelbarrow. You could ask Shaban, was pushing a wheelbarrow, and the woman had about 60 liters of water on it. She had 20 liters, like 3 buckets on the wheelbarrow, and just pushing a wheelbarrow. And when the brothers saw her, they wanted to jump out to sea to push the wheelbarrow themselves. They could only go for me. They were struggling to push it. And this lady already pushed it a long way. They were struggling they helped her back with it, but they was all struggling. It was all struggling, you know.
How old was the lady, roughly?
How old was the lady? She must have been about in her 50s. She was old.
Well, just
she was old, you know. But you see, survival. Remember, when it comes to survival, it gives you strength. You know, when there's no way out, you find the strength. You'll see women doing some things that men in Europe would really struggle with. And when I say men in Europe, even me myself, I've struggled with it.
Go on, brother. You said you've not been back to the UK for 4 years. So when you come back, brother, do you find it unsettling when you see the people think that they're living poor, but you're seeing abject poverty there? And like I say, when you come back to this country, it must be like, well, you was born here, like you said, Leighton, born and bred. It must be hard, brother, when you come back and see the concrete jungles and everyone living good, or not living good, but living better.
No, you see, when I was back in 2016, I wouldn't call it living better, because you know what it is, people don't know how good life is over there. You know, so with all the opportunities, you know, they're not taking. Everyone's relaxed with it. You know, there's loads of, like I said, there's loads of opportunities there in terms of education, in terms of, you know, whatever you want to look at it. There's loads of opportunities there, but people don't see it. You know, so when I was there in 2016, even to spend £10 was a problem, because I was checking. £10. This is $650. So I was so tight with my money, because I just know that what I've got in pounds here, I can't just spend it like that. You know, I can't just go and be reckless with it, because I'm planning to keep it for when I go back home. I can change it to the local currency and do something with it. You know what I mean? So, you know,
so when you come back, you're budgeting when you come back, because you're like, so 10 English pounds, how far does that go in the Gambia?
It's a month's rent.
Wow.
10 English pounds here would be like $650. £10 here will be $650 here. Now the average worker, is probably going to be on $3,000 a month, which is like £50. And this person, yeah, he has an all right job. His job is he's got like a good job. He's gonna be like maybe £50 a month, £60 a month, you know, for the whole entire month.
Wow. So what's the
You know?
school situation? I don't mean to be ignorant. I've got no experience, so that's why I'm asking. I'm genuinely interested. How does the school situation work?
Schools.
Yeah.
Schools.
How does it
Is
work
it school?
with schools? Yeah, school. Yeah. Education.
Yeah. Okay, you got the private schools and you got the government schools. So you'll see that the government schools, you're going down there might be about 75 children with one teacher. You know, the last school I went to, they had like 3 classrooms, and all the teachers were sharing one textbook. So basically, they should write the whole lesson on the wall, on the board, then pass that book to the other classroom, and they'll work with it like that. You know, so it's like the kids, the government schools really need support, really need help. You know, there are loads of numbers of kids in the school, but the private ones, they're fine. You know, but to go into a private school, you're gonna have to pay some money. You know, so.
Sorry, so what's it like with the neighbouring countries? Because I think is it on the coast of Gambia?
Yeah, Senegal surrounds us. Senegal.
And Sierra Leone.
So what's Senegal like in regards to the Gambia?
Senegal and Gambia, we kind of nearly speak the same language. We've got one language that we share. You'll see Gambia and Senegal used to be one country, but the British came and took Gambia, and the French took Senegal. So you see, I've got my mom's from Senegal, you know, so you'll see Gambia and Senegal, they kind of nearly this. Every Gambian's got a family member in Senegal. Put it that way.
So quickly, I just wanted to.
But Senegal is much more developed. Huh?
I just want to jump in for the people. Obviously, everyone knows the rapper Akon. And everyone must have heard that he done electricity in Africa. That's actually in Senegal, wasn't it? He was doing
Senegal. Yeah.
So yeah,
Akon from Senegal. Yeah, Senegal's a very nice country. It has its poor parts as well, but it's much more developed than Gambia. Yeah.
What's the government situation in Gambia?
The political, the country's stable, you know, because Gambians in general, they're peaceful people, you know. So, you know, like most African governments, you know how they are, you know. It's quite difficult to say, but you know, I don't know really what's going on, you know, but you know that the people, you know, it's hard, isn't it? It's difficult, you know.
Is it corrupt?
You know, like most African countries,
a lot of politicians are. Is it corrupt a country with the political side?
The thing is, it's like I'll be honest with you, the government that we have right now, they're very silent, so you don't really know what's going on. Like the president, he hardly even talks on TV, you know, so you don't know what's going on. You're not seeing anything, you know. You're not seeing anything. As an African country, a lot of them are corrupt, you know. You don't know what's going on, you know. And I just kind of made it my policy, like, not to get involved in the politics, not to get involved in anything, just deal directly with the people. But the country's stable. You know, it's very peaceful, you know. Gambians, they don't even demonstrate, you know, they're just peaceful people, you know.
Yeah. So when it comes to, you said like Islam's the ruling religion, like the main religion. So are they Sunni, are they Shia, are they Wahhabi?
No. None of that's over here. You know, you'll just hear like Muslim, really. You won't hear that Sunni Shia.
I'm just asking because I know, like with Iraq and stuff like that. I know that
Sunni
Shia.
I know. Yeah, I do know some Shiites here. I do know some Shiite Muslims, but there's no religious beef here between anyone, like between Muslims or between Christians. You know, that's one good thing.
So what's the community spirit like amongst the people, even though they're struggling and everything, and they're struggling to eat, and they're living hand to mouth, literally hand to mouth? What's are they down in the dumps? Is it like a joyful sort of environment? Is everyone uplifting each other?
The nickname of Gambia is the Smiling Coast. So you see someone, you greet him, he'll smile at you. How are you? He'll give you such a. He could be in £1 million debt, but he'll be smiling. You know, that's what Gambians are known for. Everyone's happy, everyone's joyful. You go on the streets, all the kids are playing on the road. You know, they're playing in the rain. You know, everyone just enjoys what they've got. You know. Yeah, you'll just see people. They just look. They might be going for difficulties, but to you, they're going to look contented. You know.
I
I have
can't
a quick
even.
question. I have a quick
Go on,
question,
Q.
bro. How long would it take for the house to be built?
I think we can build it in about 2 months. About 2 months.
Okay. So by the time me and Cody get there,
Yeah,
we'll be able to see it, and we could do a little, shout from outside the house.
Yep, you can see it. Yep, you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. I'll send you some pictures after as well of some of the most recent ones we've done, you know. And I'll send you a picture of one of them, like the before and the after, you know.
Brilliant. At the same time, the main reason for this live was to get you guys to donate and to support. So we will be needing your help. I sent Cody the link already for the is it the Just Giving one, Pa? You set it up, didn't you? Is it Just Giving?
I think it was GoFundMe. I think Muhammad Adil set it up. I think it's the GoFundMe. It's GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe. Sorry. So we've got the GoFundMe link. Listen, I know times are hard. Put in whatever you can. 50p, a pound. It all adds up. You know, there'll be some people who can give 100. There'll be some people who can't. You know, give whatever you can, and you will see the results. And I promise you now, you will see me and Cody, inshallah, out there before the year ends, outside that house, showing where your money is gone.
And the thing, just one thing as well, when it comes to giving, if you want to have for yourself, the best way to have is to give. You know, the best way to have is actually to give. You know, and to give, it's not about thinking, okay, when I have maybe £50, I'm gonna give. No, you just give from whatever you've got already. You know, give from whatever you have. You know, because whatever you give makes a difference. You know, nothing is too small. £1 is $65. You know, £10 is $650. You know, so when you're giving, or just give with your heart. Whatever your heart tells you to give, that's just what you give. You know, and that together we can really, really make a difference. You know, we can make a big difference. You know,
inshallah we will, man. Inshallah we will.
In the Quran, Allah says, if you save one life, it's like saving the whole of mankind. And if you take one life, it's like you've killed the whole of mankind. You know, so saving one life, helping one life, it's not small. It's actually a great act. It's actually a great act. It's not a joke. Saving one life, helping one life. You know, you can't buy a life. To help someone drink clean water, to help someone wear clean clothes, help someone sleep well at night, you can't buy that. You know, there's one old man we built a house for a couple of months ago, and before when we went to see him, basically he was living in one room. You know, it was so cold because December times it's cold for us. Won't be cold for you, but it's cold for us here. Yeah. So it was cold, and he was living in a mud house. His house was falling down, and he's got about 7 children. His children, he doesn't even know where they are because they can't live in the house. They're all scattered everywhere. And he was old. So I said to him, look, we're going to build you a new house. He couldn't believe it anyway. He couldn't believe it, till we built him that house. And I remember the day when he was moving in, I swear to you guys, honestly, wallahi, yeah, he looked like he went down in age. Honestly, it's like he went younger because, it's like the stress relief from him, like he shaved himself, but he looked like he went back years in age because of how happy, like he was glowing. Like he never ever believed he would live in a cement house. He couldn't imagine. I told him, this is why faith is so important, because, the way Allah helps people, he can help you. And we've all had a situation where we needed help and we got help, where we thought that nothing was going to happen, but we got help. And this is a sign that there is a God, This is a sign that there is a God. So it's about belief, But he went down, I swear to you, about 10 years. And every time I see him, he's so happy. He keeps looking, telling me, oh, always praying for you guys, I can't believe I got a house. I said, don't worry, thank God, See, alhamdulillah, just thank God, God's looking after you, He hasn't forgotten you. No one's forgotten, But at the same time, it's us people that have to make that step and do God's work, You know, we got to do God's work. You know, that's why we're here. You know.
The one thing I love about you, and you've got it yourself, brother, you just ooze it, is just positivity. Positivity just oozes from both of you guys. It's literally like, what's the contagious?
What? Say that again. I missed you. Sorry, the reception.
Sorry, brother. Yeah, I'm just saying the one thing about Q, and the same thing with you, brother, is your energy. It's contagious. It's contagious.
Yeah.
Positive energy, positive vibes.
But I'll tell you, I don't think it's us. It's the work. The work is contagious. You know, once you do it, yeah. Like I told you, I came here not to live here, and I haven't gone back. But I can't leave. It's like I'm addicted to the work. I'm addicted to seeing people. Like I need to help someone at least every day or every 2 days. I got to see someone. You know, it's contagious. The work is contagious because what it is, this is our true nature. We're not created just to be selfish. We're human beings. Animals can be selfish, but not human beings. You know, human beings were the greatest of God's creation. You know, so our purpose is great. And our purpose is not just for us, it's for each other. So you're going to find happiness in serving other people. Look at your show. How happy are you to do your show? Huh?
You know what, brother? Before I set this little thing up, right, which someone put me onto, the channel, I'll be honest with you, was boring. It was stagnant, and I was it was just at one level. And I was sat there, and I was like, I was losing the love for it. I'll be honest with you. And then I was like, to Q, I said, Q, I said, I've set this thing up. Could I do a thing with you? Because Q's so articulate, positive vibes. Like you said, he's about humanity and humility. And he's such a good speaker, man. Very much like you, brother. I can see why you guys vibe together. So as soon as I started doing this, it's refreshed me. It's completely revived me, man. But this thing, I'm being deadly serious. I will be coming with. I promise you, Q, now on camera, and I'm a man of my word. I swear down. I will be coming to Gambia with Q at some point. Hopefully, before the year's out, Q. God bless. I will be coming to Gambia. I've got to see this for myself. I've got to.
Because you will.
And I'm being serious. I don't. It's no false promise. I will be coming to Gambia. I promise. But it stole Q's heart, so it's going to probably steal mine. And I don't think it's. I don't think it's not something you do once though. I think you've got to. I think, like you said, it's addictive because you want to keep doing it. And
it's addictive. You know, they say that, you know, the biggest for, you know, like you know, when the biggest cure for depression is actually charity. Because you'll see when you do something for someone, you feel good, you know, and that feeling good, it releases chemicals in your brain, and it's like an antidepressant, you know. So you'll see that giving, helping others, all of this is good for our health, you know. All of it's good for our health.
The best feeling in the world to me, is when you're able to help somebody who can't do anything back for you.
That's right, and you don't even expect, and you don't even expect anything back from them as well.
I just want prayers. Just pray for me. That's what I used to say to them. It's like, yo, I said, just pray for me, pray for my family. You know, that's priceless to me. Wow.
Brother, can I just ask? I don't mean to turn it on a negative thing. What are the worst things that you've seen through your work and the like the way that the country is? What's the worst things you've seen?
In terms of, what do you mean by worst?
So I don't know, like whether it be like you said, you saw a girl and her leg was literally like gangrene and was rotting away and stuff like that. So like death, and like, I don't want to turn it into a negative, but I'm just trying to show the so the viewers can understand just how bad the situation is. The worst things you've seen, whether it be
I've gone to I went to visit one village. When I went there, I went to one random because we like to do random things just to go and see. And we met this family. They was cooking raw mangoes. You know, that's cooking raw mangoes, and that really hit home with me because, you know, I love mangoes, and mangoes here, they are it's a very exotic fruit. We've got loads of mangoes here, but they had no food, so they was eating the mangoes before it's time, so they was cooking it to make it soft
to bring it up so it was ready, sort of thing. So
sorry to interrupt.
Just have something to eat. Just to have something to eat. Yeah.
I just want to jump in quickly. We just had a question from somebody asking, firstly, everyone comment and take back the block. Love for that. But quickly, someone said, Mehdi, man, how much does it cost, bro, to build a house over there, please? So, yeah, if you can please explain that.
Yep, to build a house, we can build a house for a family for about £2,500. You know, we can build a very, very good house for a family, you know.
Thank you.
2,500 here, brother, for a bog standard like one bedroom flat. You're probably talking 60. In London, it's going to be a lot more, but what, 40, 50, 60 grand just for a tiny flat?
And we can build them with that money, we can build them 2 bedrooms and a living room.
Oh.
I'm going to sound really ignorant now, brother, and I apologize. What's the toilet situation?
The toilet, because we, you know, with the toilet, they'll have to build one outside, you know, they'll build like a local one outside. But this is just the costing for the house, you know, because you know how we worked with how we've done our charity over here. We've tried to keep things really affordable for people so that they can donate. So you'll see that you can go. What I'm saying, you can check it. If you go and check Penny Appeal, they got kicked out of Gambia just recently. But if you go on the internet and Google Penny Appeal, they were charging like £4,000 to dig a water well in Gambia. We're digging water for £550 for a water well. You know, so you'll see. We're not here to make it. We're not here to make it any business. You know, because you know, alhamdulillah, I've got people that support me, and you know, I get good support from other organizations. They pay me to do their work even, you know. That's how I make my own money, because what we do is cheap. Because if we make it cheap and affordable, we can get lots of it done. You get it, you know. If you're charging a bomb, no one's going to do it. Or you might just get one a year. But I've got like, at the moment now, I've got about maybe, right this moment, we're digging about 31 water wells, and I've got another list of about another 25, like all coming. I've got 19. We've got 19 well diggers. We dig about maybe 20 wells a month. You know.
Oh, you got more well diggers now.
Yeah. We've got a really big team of well diggers.
Yeah, because I remember when I was there, it was only that one brother, wasn't it? I think you had. When
you came, we had about maybe 6, 7. Yeah. Now we've got about 19. We've got about 19 well diggers. So we've got a really big team now. And what it does as well, it causes employment for the work for these guys. These guys have all got stable jobs, you know, and all the villages are benefiting. We go to one village, we put 7 wells there. We move to another village, we put another 7. You know, some villages we've done 9 wells, you know, and we strategically put them around the village so everyone's got access to water. You know, but everything we do, all our pricing is low. It's really low. Because we understand also as well.
Q, sorry to interrupt, brother. Sorry. So the other day I asked Q, because the one thing, not with what you guys are doing, but with the bigger charities, I remember reading again, which just the bigger charities, I got told that X amount goes onto the ground, but then like the managing directors are copying X amount and stuff like that, and that's why I don't like the bigger charities. And even Q said you're better off steering away from them and just get onto the ground and do it. Just go get a flight, get your accommodation, and ask about, and you'll get pointed in the right direction once you land.
That's personally, Cody. That's what I believe in also as well. You know, like I said, we work for about 3 other organizations here. That they're in UK. They'll just send us money. We just dig the well for them, send them the pictures and the videos, and they're happy with that. You know, because they know that the pricing is good. You know, and they can get work from it as well. You know, we just charge them for the work. That's what we do. You know, but it's like that's the best thing to do. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what they do with all the money they get. I'll be honest, you know, because I just know the amount of money I get. But it seems that most of it goes into the ground, though. Like you said, you keep your prices down, right? Yeah. And then you can spend the money goes further on the ground. Look at you said you've gone from seven well diggers to 19 now. You said. Yeah.
As there.
Yeah, and yeah. and the thing is, it's like you know, thank God, alhamdulillah, I'm grateful. It's growing. You know, it's growing. It's growing. It's growing. It's growing.
So how many people every year decide that it's something that you can't really dip your toe and then go away, because it's sort of, right, you've done it and it's like, right, you've got to keep doing it. I believe that. So how many people and from what corners of the world do they come to get involved in the Gambia and help?
Okay, we got donors in Sweden, Norway, Australia, America, UK, Denmark, where? No, Malaysia,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, just different places.
Is this they literally fly into the Gambia and they get some like accommodation and then they're out on the ground and they're putting the work in, like yourself?
A lot of these people, they just met us on Facebook. They'll just message us on Facebook. They'll just send us money here, you know, I will just do the work for them. But most of our guests have come from like UK. These boys came from Denmark, Sweden, and America. That's what I guess mostly come from those places, you know. But we got people like different countries because of Facebook, innit? People are seeing what we're part of the post and they just, you know, they're just supporting from wherever they are.
I just, do you know what? Like, honestly, like when Q put this to me and like was like, right, and I thought, listen, Q's give me his time. We've paid the favor, do it. It's like I said, it's all about humanity. One race, the human race. We're all part of that race, and it's just it's blown my. I'll be honest with you. I've not even looked at the comments. I've barely looked at the comments. It's all about. I'm so engrossed with what's being said, and it's there's a seed planted in my head, and I'm really, I swear on everything that was only, I will be coming to Gambia. There was a guy, right? I did a TV appearance with a guy. He's called Kenneth, right? And I don't know his last name off the top of my head, but he runs an outreach program, which is an anti-violence, and it's called the Haringey like Council or something. It's something. He does this thing anyway, and he told me about the Gambia. We was on TV together, and then we went for a coffee, and he said, look, I go to the Gambia, and he said it's my spiritual home. His descendants are not from there. He's just a mixed race guy. He's like, you know what, I'm going there. And he said, oh brother, he said, Cody, this country will humble you. He said it's beautiful. He said it's and he literally was just, he was absolutely preaching about the Gambia, and that's when I knew about it. And I've got a guy that I know that's Ghanaian as well, but Ghanaian's not obviously Gambia.
I got a mixed friend on Facebook. He just one day he messaged me, told me he's coming to Gambia on Monday, and afterwards Monday he didn't come. So I called him to see if he was all right. And he'd missed the flight, you know, he overslept, you know. So he told me, look, I missed the flight, but I'm coming tomorrow. I'm serious. I booked the ticket. Like, he came the next day. He bought another ticket and he came the next day. And when he came, you know, he spent about a week with us, you know, but he made it his home. He's been here twice now. And every time he comes, he digs wells, then he goes back, you know, and he's coming again. And this time he's coming to set up a gymnasium. He bought like loads of gym equipment to go and set up a gym. You know, so he's made it his home as well. Because like I said, when you come yourself, Cody, you're going to see yourself that Gambia is, you'll be welcomed. You'll be welcomed. The kids will see you. They're going to love you. You know, that's how it is. They
I'll tell them I'm from Manchester, and they'll be like Manchester United, Manchester City.
They love football here. They love football here. They love football. They love football here.
Kids for kids. I took a load of football stuff over.
Go on, Q.
When I went, I bought a load of football tops, few footballs and things like that. Because Brother Lamin, he's a football coach. The guy. Did you see that video when I'm on top of a truck and I almost get my head knocked off?
Oh, with a branch, with a tree.
Yeah. The brother with me, that's Lamin. He's actually a football coach. I think he plays for like some big team in Gambia as well. But yeah, so I bought loads of football supplies for his team and all of that.
It was like an open top Land Rover, so it was like a Land Rover or an open top Land Rover, and you were sat at the back filming, and then you said, "Well, I just got taken out by a branch, or I only got like my head knocked off by a branch."
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
So how much? So once you land, what? I know this again, ignorant. Well, not ignorant. I just don't know. So what are you looking when you get? What's your accommodation prices, like hotel, bed and breakfast, whatever it is? How much you're looking a night?
Iqbal, what did you spend in that hotel where you was? 'Cause that was a decent place you were staying.
It wasn't expensive at all. To tell you the truth, Torre paid for everything. I didn't know what the prices were. I did not. I just know the price for the flight was about $250. But she did say that when you book the flight, book your hotel with it, and it's really cheap. And food-wise, Cody, it depends. If you want to eat posh nosh and eat where the tourists eat, it's £10–15 a meal. But me, I don't business. I was eating street food. Like, it was costing me $10, $20, like 10p, 20p. I think not even that. And I'm eating big pieces of lamb and. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not going to a country where there's abject poverty, right? I was homeless, brother. I've been homeless 3 times, right? I was ashamed to say it. I was shoplifting. I wasn't and didn't use substances or drugs or anything. Just shoplifting to eat. I'm ashamed to say that, but I had to do what I had to do to survive. And if I go, when I go to Gambia, I'll be eating with I want to be eating with the locals, bro.
Come on,
you'll
bro.
love that.
That's what we do.
You'll love it, man. You'll love it. You'll love it.
What's
You're
the
a real
cuisine
man.
like?
You love
What's
it,
the
man.
cuisine like?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
What we talking? What we talking?
Rice, because it's like you're gonna love the food. You'll love it. You'll love the food. Like I said, you're gonna eat exactly what we eat, man. You'll love the food.
From the same plate, bro.
Yeah, we eat one big plate together as brothers, man. We'll have you wanting to come again. You're gonna want to come and live here. You might want to get a second wife.
I'm single now, bro. But no, do you know what?
Mate, don't worry.
You're right when you come here. Then you might even get your first wife here. Then, man, you'll be all right when you come here.
One thing we need to talk about, right? 'Cause I'm very white. I'm very light skinned, right? And I'm bloody burn, right? How what we talking Gambia?
No, you're gonna be fine. December time, like I said, it's gonna be colder for us because it's like our winter time.
What we're talking, 45 degrees, brother, because I'll fade me. I'll get heat exhaustion.
Probably 30, 28, but you'll be all right. You'll be okay.
I'll have to get a trilby or something on top of my head. I'll burn, man. I can't.
Don't worry, I'll sort you one out, mate.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No sunburn, no tan for me, just sunburn, brother, and a bit of heat exhaustion. And that'll be it. What do you do for your trip? Well, I spent it in the corner. I spent it near the well, trying to get some water down me so with the water situation, right? How long does it take to dig a well from start to finish to hit the water source?
It depends on the depth of the well because some areas are different from others. So
the ground's going to be higher and lower in certain areas.
So you'll see some wells will hit water at 10 meters. Some wells, our deepest well is about 25 meters, But when you see how deep
would that
that
take
is,
to dig a 25 meters? How long?
Maybe 2.5 months. It's all done by hand.
Yeah.
It's
So
all done
no
by
machinery
hand,
at all because it's literally
machinery.
like
He uses a skinny pick.
Spear,
it's like a stick with a spear at the end. I've got videos of him doing it. I've got video. I'll send them to you on WhatsApp.
Send me some videos, bro. I want to see this.
But I got videos of the wells being dug from scratch and all of that, and the guy down there.
Talking a spade, we're literally talking. We're not talking a spade. Like you sound like 3 forks in the ground and just sort of like you said.
It's a long metal stick with literally an arrow in the end. That's it.
Just literally, like
and a bucket. You should see the guy, man. He's ripped. He looks like Bruce Lee. Ripped. He's got some sick shape, man. But obviously he's climbing up and working hard every single day. But I'll never forget how climb up.
He
had like 12-pack. Forget a 6-pack. He had a 12-pack. He was
that ripped up, just
arms looking good. Everything. He was in banging shape.
So how much do the well diggers, are they volunteers or are they like paid locals?
No. The well diggers now, they're all paid from that. The whole 550, they're paid. You'll see, I think the well digger in terms of in pounds, they get paid. They're taking like half the well money, about £250 to pay the well digger, and then the rest of the money is going to go for like cement, to make the covers, the top, the ropes, the sand, the stones, so that's where the money kind of goes.
Do you know what? I can't Do you know what? I'm normally all about the comments and stuff, right? I'm so engrossed in what's being said. I've listened to absolutely every single word. And the first thing that touched me the other day when Q was saying about the guy that sadly passed away, God bless him, right? May rest in peace. The guy with the amputee that lost his legs, right?
Yeah.
And then he passed away. I know you guys knew him 6 weeks and everything. And then he sadly, tragically passed away. And then the well, and then like they set up like some sort of like farming sort of thing, didn't they? Like where they was planting stuff and living off the land and became self-sufficient. That must be just things that we take for granted. Go into the supermarket, grab a lettuce, a couple of carrots, right? And we're sweet. But I can't just making people self-sufficient. It must be such a relief, like you said, because like you've got a decent source of income, but then when the rains come, it can wash all that good work away, or it can damage the plants or flood whatever's growing.
If it rains badly, like the rain we had this week, my whole 4 years, it's never rained like this. It was really, really hard week. It rained heavy every day, so I was thinking about everyone. But normally the rains are just, it's sufficient for the farmers. But this week it over rained, and it can spoil the crops, because everyone now, we're in the rainy season now, so all the farmers, everyone's farming. Most people are farming their food for the year. Like they're trying to farm as much couscous for the whole year, so they can have their survival for, especially in the villages. In the villages, they depend a lot on the raining season because they'll farm their own food for the whole entire year in that small 4 months of rain.
So when's the dry season? When's the wet season? Is it similar to the UK or completely different? It's near the equator, isn't it? So
no, it's completely different. The rainy season starts from like June, July, August, September, sometimes October. Then it's dry the rest of the year. Doesn't rain at all the rest of the year.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because like I said, obviously nature and everything and the weather, which we can't obviously control, it's obviously God's will, right? It must be so hard when you build a home up and then the water comes and washes it away, and there could be damage or partial damage. We've got a rebuilding process, and then it happens again, and it's like a constant battle to keep everything going.
It is. And the sad thing is, when it does rain heavy, the people in the mud houses that night, they won't really sleep inside their home, because they'll be scared in case it does fall down on them while they're in there. So you'll see they will find shelter somewhere maybe, or try to stay in a neighborhood who's got a better home than theirs. Anyone in a weak home, you will not sleep in your house, because if it falls down while you're in there, it can kill you.
So without sounding ignorant again, so did they sleep just outside the home, or did they find?
No, they might not sleep. They might not sleep. No, they'll just stay awake.
Wow.
Because the rain it doesn't rain like London, so the rain is heavy, so you see it comes with a wind. So it comes sometimes and it pushes.
Monsoon.
It might come yeah. You see, the rain's coming. It's like monsoon rain. It's heavy rain.
So like you said, monsoon sort of storm, sort of like just
So if you've got
the one thing, so
you can't sleep.
Because what you've said about the community spirit, I think you called it, is it the Country of Smiles or the Isle of Smiles, or
Smiling Coast.
Yeah. So with that, I can imagine that like if one house is more damaged than the other, that you guys go in, the locals are also clambering around and helping each other with a rebuilding process, and then they're doing the next house. And
they'll help each other. They'll help each other. Yeah.
One community spirit down there. Do you know what? I mean this in the nicest possible way. There's obviously good and bad in this country as well, but the community spirit out there seems to be a lot better than here.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I've got my next door neighbor's spare key for their house.
Trust, brother.
And my next door neighbor lives there. So you see, this is the kind of lifestyle people live here. It's like we don't really lock our doors, in the daytime. You only lock your door at night, So the daytime people can just walk in, Assalamu alaikum, so we live a very open society, because people don't get me wrong, you do get thieves that will come and steal car batteries and that, but those people, not that they have problems, maybe they've got a drug problem, but it's very rare you'll see like local crime in Gambia. Gambia is kind of a very It's got a very low crime rate. You can research even what I'm saying. It's got a very low crime rate. You know.
Can I? Sorry, can I just jump in? I just read a message by brother Mehdi Man UK saying, you know what, brothers, I'm thinking right. It's madness to think I have a 10K watch on, but really I could get 4 homes made for 4 different families. What a daft silly watch. What the F, man.
Yeah.
Watching this love. But that's the reality of it. You know, when you get lost in this world, like, look, you got a 10,000 pound watch. I got a 30 pound watch, and they both do the same thing. You know, they both do the exact same thing. But that's you know, a t-shirt can cost you £1.50 or cost you £350. So what you want to do with that money, man?
You know what it is, yeah? It's like I told you, I came from that lifestyle, you know. It's what was sold as youngsters, you know, was sold the wrong stuff, and then we don't have the correct mentors, you know, to explain to us that this is not the way, you know, like go and buy a house instead of a watch. You know what I mean? So we're not taught these things properly. We're not taught the real use of money. You know what money's for. I asked my friend, why do you want money? He didn't even know. You know, and people are there collecting money, you know, for no reason. You know, but like I said in it, once you know the value of money and what money can actually really do, you know, maybe not for you or for someone else, you'll understand that money is, you know, it's good. It's not evil. It's not the devil's work. Money is a good thing, you know. In the right hands, it will benefit many, and it will benefit people and yourself also as well.
The one thing, I seen an interview with Bob Marley, right, the other day, and this journalist was kept asking him a question about possessions and monetary value, and he's like, and he kept saying to him, so are you a millionaire? And he said, what do you mean millionaire? He said, are you rich? He said, well, what do you mean by rich? He said, have you got possessions? He said, possessions make you rich? He said, you're rich by what you can do without. Right, and brother, it was I just watched it about 3-4 times, brother, and it's so true though. And the guy was he's buried in Africa somewhere, South Africa.
Bob Marley.
I know he's Jamaican.
No, he's buried. I think he's buried in Jamaica.
Got that completely wrong. That doesn't make sense. But I thought
you're right. I saw that.
For some reason, we went to Africa. So what's the police situation out there? Is it civil police or?
Yeah, it's civil police. The police are very, very, very calm. You know, very nice people. You know,
This country, it sounds like, well, apart from the abject poverty, obviously, it sounds like heaven on earth. The police force, like the people, the community spirit.
Yeah, I got a brother in the police force. I took Iqbal to go and visit. Remember Iqbal? I went to visit my brother.
I got pictures with him still. I still got pictures with him.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. Come on, bro.
He's like second in command of the police force in Gambia. You know,
of the whole country.
The whole country. The whole country.
What? Plugged in, mate. Proper plugged in, brother.
Yeah. Iqbal went to meet him. You know, we met him. You know. So nice people. Yeah, nice. They're nice people. Nice people.
Q, man, this honestly, apart, like I said, the abject poverty is heartbreaking and stuff. Like I say, seeing it on TV, seeing it on a 60-second advert on TV, as a passing advert, right? So I've learned more. I've sat here and I talk a lot, and I normally interrupt Q, and I try to be polite, but I just constantly talking. I've tried to sit as much as I can, and I'm asking questions because I want to learn. I genuinely want to learn.
Yeah. You see, the sad thing is, Cody, I'm telling you, Gambia is such a beautiful country, you know, and it's even, I wouldn't even call it a poor country. I'll call it a rich country with poor people, you know, because, you know, there is, you know, it's just like a misplaced or misuse of funds, you know. There's a lot of that, you know. It's just, you know, it's, you know, like if people's really, like, you know, there's a big gap between the rich and the poor, you know. Because I've met some very wealthy people in Gambia, and they didn't even know that poverty was in Gambia, you know, and they live in Gambia because, you know, the circles, you know, the circles that they're in, they're not going to the villages, you know. They're in a different lifestyle, you know. So you'll see that, you know, that's why sometimes when we're putting our stuff like on Facebook, it's just to create awareness. because some people don't know that there is poor people. It sounds crazy, but you know.
I think for a lot of
You know?
people, and I probably put myself in this bracket, to be honest, in the past, definitely, where, and it's a selfish mindset, and I'm going to be completely honest, right? Where it's like, if it doesn't affect, if it's not affecting me, I'm not sort of bothered. And that's a negative, sort of ignorant mindset to have. Like I said, I'm so dialed into this, it's unbelievable. But there are people out there that are so consumed with their own lives and like putting food on their own table. But like I say, I'm sat here thinking I'm poor. Right? The money that I made from crime, I didn't invest. And I'm sitting here thinking I'm a poor man. Right? I've got a 2-bedroom gaff, right? I'm, and then you look at this and then you're like, you're not poor at all, mate. You're not poor.
Yeah, but you know what it is, I wouldn't say selfish, I'll say more like, like you don't know. It's more ignorant, like you don't know what's happening. I remember one of my younger brothers, he lives here now, but this time he was in the UK. I was trying to tell him that, basically we've got a poor family in Gambia, and I was trying to tell him about how he's got to come to Gambia, and he was telling me, look, like I don't, like, basically he couldn't feel what I was telling him because he's never been there before, and he was trying to tell me that, look, he would love to understand what I'm saying, but he can't. Now he does, because he's been here. That's why it's so important for a man to travel, because the more of the world you see, the more you wake up. They say like traveling is like reading a book. Every place you travel is like a page. So you'll see when you go around and you see how people are living in different countries, it'll make you realize how rich you are. If that makes sense.
Yeah, brother, honestly, you speak so much sense, brother. Honestly, it's like, I'm sitting here, like I said, I was sat in here, and you're talking about mangoes before, right?
Yeah.
I'm literally sat here with a bottle of mango passion, bloody flavoured water. I was sat here sipping, and then my brain just clicked and turned on, was like, we're talking about people walking X amount of, we're talking miles, we're talking half miles, what we're talking?
Yeah, sometimes miles, sometimes 15-minute walk, sometimes 10-minute walk, And
I'm sat here with a bottle of water, man. I genuinely sat here, and I was sipping it, and I was listening to what was being said, and I thought, I actually at one point, because you can see you can see the lid there, like on the, like literally, like you see it there, and I literally at one point took it down because I was embarrassed. I thought, I'm sat here drinking something. Yeah. There's a tap, literally. I'm literally touching my tap. I'm like, I'll tell you one thing. Stay there. I'll tell you what. I am definitely.
I think we're gonna have a nice trip next time, Iqbal.
Inshallah. Sorry, I'm just trying
to. Inshallah.
1 second. All right, someone just asked,
and the passport is ready, brother. There's going to be there's going to be a stamp in there saying Gambia. I swear.
Look at that. Someone just messaged. Brother Mehdi just messaged. How do I donate to this great cause, guys? I really need to help, man. The link will be up real soon. Actually, I might put the link up now while I can. Clipboard. Have I got it? Bear with me a second, and I'll get the link up for you guys. Bear with me, because I'll be able to post it at the same time. Yeah. Link copy.
If Mehdi Man,
anyone that's watching on catch up, I'll put a link in the description to the video. 100% of the profit, 100% of the money goes straight into the ground, guys, and everything else. Powerful thing. Hold on.
Yeah. And everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome to Gambia. Mehdi Man, everyone's welcome to Gambia. Everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. Well, one big family. Everyone's welcome.
I don't know where it's gone.
Hold on, Q. You sent it to me in the private, but it's cool. So I'll try and click comments now, and it should let me post it. 1 second, right? So
because it wasn't giving me the option to.
1 sec. It's that. Hold on. That I clicked the link that you sent, but it's only seems to have posted a tiny bit of it. 1 second.
It's okay. I'll do. I can do it now. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna go on the. While you guys are on the chat. Look at this. Is weird. I'm actually looking at myself. I'm on the YouTube now. I'm looking at myself. It's nuts.
If they copy and paste that into Google or something like that, will it come up? Because it's not letting me.
Oh yeah, we can't. It's too long.
Right. Well, what we can go on. Hold on. What I'll do, guys, we'll put it in the description. I'll post it on the channel as well. Like I said, this is such a humbling, right? And like I said, it's going to go. Like I said, £10 in England doesn't go far, but £10 in the Gambia sounds like it's going to go a hell of a long way. A month's rent for a family.
Yeah. It's like our orphan sponsorship program is it's £20 every month, you know, and that £20, you know, it covers the child's, you know, feeding, clothing, school, everything, you know. So like I said, tomorrow we had one program on Thursday, and we've got another program tomorrow. Tomorrow we're paying I think 92 children. 92 children we're paying tomorrow. I got my.
So this is the organisation that you're part of, brother. I think you said you owe yourself to 3. Go on, sorry, brother.
I got 90. This is my orphan sponsorship. I don't know if you can see it here. See it?
Yeah, I can see it, brother. So, yeah.
So we've got 92 children we're sponsoring up here in Gambia. This is our organisation, and for another organisation, we do 72 children for them.
Q's kicked himself off.
Huh?
Q's kicked himself off, but he'll come back on in a minute.
Yeah.
He's just knocked himself off. Brother, I tell you what, right? I literally feel like I've been taken, not in the school sense, but I feel like I've been taken to school, like educated, and just my eyes have been opened massively.
Yeah.
Q
we're playing musical chairs. Are we playing musical chairs? Are we?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it is, Cody. It's like I said, the world is a big place, you know. And you know, he's moving down the line, huh?
Yeah,
the world is a big place, and you know, like the more you travel, the more you see, you know, the more you meet people, you see that people in different countries, they behave different ways, you know, people do things different, people eat differently, you know, so like the more you go, the more your mind opens, you know.
That's it. You know, the more, like, this is why I want my children to travel the world, because I want them to see how blessed they really are. Obviously, for the education side of things, you know, because it opens you up to a different, you know, to a different. You look at the world differently once you've seen the world. But at the same time, man, you realize how blessed you truly are. You know, even in when I was in Bangladesh, when I saw kids 5 years old, 6 years old, working, you know, and then in Pakistan, I'm seeing kids who are collecting trash for money, you know, the plastic bottles. These kids are 4 or 5 years old, you know, and my son's 3, and he knows the difference between a Samsung phone and an iPhone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so we need to, hopefully I'll fix that.
Kids here, some of them make their own toys. You'll see some kids making their own toys.
Yeah, with the bottles. You know? I remember they wanted the bottles from me. Yeah. Remember we had the plastic bottles.
They made their own toy. Yeah, made their own toys. Yeah.
They get a string, and they tie it to the bottle, and they put little holes, and they make a little car out of the bottle, and they push it around.
Yeah. Like a little bottle of Coke.
Yeah. Plastic bottle. They'll get a stick. Put like 2 holes in it, and then find like 2 bottle tops to be the wheels, and they'll put a little string on the end of it, and they'll drag it along. That's their toy car.
Yeah. You see what it's like. My 8-year-old son here. He's just so creative now, because he wants to make his own toys. Like, he'll get a cardboard box, and he'll build a castle, build a house. He gets toilet roll. He makes paper mache, like snakes and everything. You know, because what it is here, you know, there's not that much toys here. You know, so the kids, their mind works extra. You know, their mind works extra.
Things from a young age.
Sorry?
It's like it's mad. They're building their own toys. The kids here are going to Smith's toy store. Mom, I want that £100 doll. Mom, you've got this. I know a girl, a subscriber's friend, and her daughter is like 8 years old, and she's got a smartphone. 8 years old.
Yeah. See? Yeah, you see.
I am absolutely
down there. You know, the life is too fast in the West. It's too fast. And that's why when I was last day in 2016, I was teaching in a mosque, and there was a girl. The girl was 9. She was suffering from depression. So you see that small kids, that they're depressed early because they're facing this materialistic world, you know, at an early age. They're not allowed to be kids, you know, and play and use their imagination. You know, here I love it because my children, they play outside, they're running around like normal kids, they're playing you know, so we used to play. They're not just playing normal games, you know, like what kids are supposed to play, you know. So there's a lot more reality. You know, it might be poor, but it's like there's a lot more reality. It's a lot more humble, it's a lot more down to earth, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, right, it takes a lot to blow my mind, but my mind's blown.
Yeah.
In the most positive, eye-opening, like.
Yeah.
Sorry, one second.
I almost feel guilty because I've sat here and I've
Cody.
battled depression and stuff like that, thinking like I am in a bad place. I don't have anything, and then I'm reading these stories and I feel like shit.
See you
Because I'm
later,
like,
after Zen. We don't need you here, mate. Sorry,
Thank
can
you.
I just jump in? I just saw a comment where the guy said, "Did he say mosque? I'm out." Listen, if you are so small-minded that you are not able to accept someone else's beliefs in the way, we don't need you here, mate. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
See you later.
Let's not even say that, because you remember some people, some people, they don't know, and some people have had bad experiences, you know. So sometimes, some of these people, sometimes we just have to just make a slight excuse for them because he doesn't know. That brother, I'm telling you, who said that, if we was to bring him here and take him out, I'm telling you, he wouldn't even be like that because he doesn't know, you know. Remember, ignorance is a big thing. It's a big problem. It's a very big problem.
People,
you know, so,
I've got no excuse for that. He just straight removed, gone.
Yeah, no, you can remove him, but I'm just saying he doesn't know, innit? You know, he doesn't know. You know, he doesn't know. He's an ignorant one, isn't he? He doesn't know.
Yeah, but
if he knew,
not an excuse for that.
Ignorance. It's not an excuse, but we could just give him that because we know that he doesn't know better. If he knew better, he wouldn't do that. Yeah, isn't it? He doesn't know, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he knew, he wouldn't do
that. Cody, unblock him, man. Unblock him. Yeah, you're right. Unblock him. It's okay. Like I was saying to you earlier, let's you know what it is? I'll let people say whatever they want about me, but when they're talking about my brother Pa, that got to me. That's what it was.
No. Let me tell you something, Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story. I was in a market one time and I met one brother, and it's a Muslim brother. And I was working in the market, and he said to me, brother, his wife basically brought him to me, and he was telling me that basically he hates Allah and he hates the Prophet and he hates the Quran. Yeah. And I thought, whoa, how do you deal with this guy? This guy's Muslim. I said to him, what do you mean, Bob? I said, because he read the Quran and there's some mistakes in there. But then this is when I knew that this brother, he doesn't understand the Quran. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't understand the Quran. Yeah. Because the Quran's in Arabic, he's reading in English. So he doesn't understand it. Yeah. So I thought, okay, cool. He doesn't understand. Let me leave. I started explaining to him. He said, no. He disagreed with me. And then he went. A couple more months, I bumped into him again. I said, brother, I changed my mind, blah, blah. I said, as I started talking to him again, I left him. He went. Then about a year later, I was in Tesco's in Edmonton, and I saw him. And he said to me, brother, I'm going to Hajj. And I thought, whoa, what happened? He said to me, basically, he was confused in it, But he said to me, brother, you're the only one that didn't judge me, man, blah, blah, blah. We've had a nice talk. And I've never seen him again. But my point is here, sometimes people don't know. They don't know what they're talking about, Sometimes they've done some bad research. Sometimes they've had bad experiences. So, a guy might go out, he might get rushed by 3 Muslim guys, and he might think, I hate Muslims. You know what I mean? So you don't know what people are going through. So we're just supposed to just show them good character all the time, Like there's an example of the story of our prophet where he was inside the mosque and a man came and urinated in the mosque. And everyone got up to beat the guy and he said, no, leave him. Let him finish what he's doing. Imagine that. That was today. A guy goes and urinates in a mosque. Yeah. Today, if a guy goes and urinates in a mosque, this is the Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, you can research what I'm saying. A man's going to urinate in the mosque, and everyone got up to beat the guy. The Prophet said, "Leave him. Let him finish." The guy's finished, and he's gone over to the guy and he's spoken to the guy, gave the guy good advice. This guy even came to Islam. So you see that when it comes to religion, it's like we're supposed to live it more, make excuses for others, and leave the judging to the Creator, leave the judging to Allah. because a lot of people started off not liking Islam and became Muslims.
Yeah.
The third leader in Islam, Umar bin Khattab, he woke up one morning to go and kill the Prophet. And from going to kill the Prophet, he became Muslim.
Yeah.
So you'll see that, you know, people are different. So sometimes these guys, we just have to let them learn. If we block him, sometimes he might just get angry. They block me because I'm right, blah, 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 blah. Just leave him. Let him say whatever he wants to say, you know.
Siobhan, living for the people. Thank you.
After you, brother. After you, Q.
No,
Sorry?
you know what? Bless Siobhan. Siobhan keeps commenting, living for the people. Hashtag. I don't think I ain't seeing that. I'm reading that, love. I appreciate that. Living for the people, man. That's what we're trying to do, man.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people that are not Muslim don't know is that Jesus was actually a prophet of Allah, and Jesus will walk the earth again.
That's right. Jesus, look, you see, a lot of people suffer from religious ignorance. Like the Jews, they believe in Moses. The Muslims believe in Moses. So does the Christians. We all believe in the same prophets. We all believe in Abraham, Ibrahim, we called him, Ishaq, you know, Isaac, you know, Ishmael, you know. We all believe in the same prophets.
Adam,
you know, Eve, we all believe in that, you know. That's just research. In order to understand, you have to research. But you can't say, no, I don't believe it. You got to research. If it's right, you take it. If it's wrong, you leave it. But you just got to research. You know, you got to have a very open mind. And the more you search, the more you're going to learn. But if you're going to say, no, I don't want to know that because my dad said this, then you're being ignorant now, you know. But information is out there. Everyone's supposed to just learn. The more you learn, you know, the more you're going to know where the truth. Because the truth is always out there.
Brother, do you know what? I mean, how are you not an imam or a scholar, brother? Honestly, I know, even though you're not like reciting the Quran and everything else, but you've got this sort of Zen-like energy, very calming, like just energy and just positive stuff. Even a negative, like you said, an ignorant comment there, and you was like, no, just and it just calms me, man.
No, you know what it is? Yeah, I study my religion. Yeah, I've been studying since I left the music. I study, yeah, and I read, I study, and it's like it gives me a contentment. It puts me at peace, you know, because remember, it takes two to argue. You can't argue on your own, yeah. So if a person's coming with ignorance, the Bible says it, you know. For the Quran, I don't want to say in the Bible, but repel evil with good. That's what the Quran says. Repel evil with good, yeah. So if someone's bringing you evil, show him good. We're not going to show him the same evil. We're not the same.
What's your favorite surah, brother? Is it surah passage from the Quran? What's your favorite? So is it surah? Surah. I don't know if I pronounce it right.
Okay, I have a few. One of them. I'll read you I'll read you a couple of them, and I use it to guide myself. Yeah. One of them was one surah that I took from like when I left the road, and it starts off like this. Yeah, Allah says in the Quran. I'll say it in English so you can understand it. Yeah. He says that basically you're all competing for this world. Yeah. Until you reach your grave, then you will know. Now the thing is, yeah, everyone is competing for this world. Everyone wants to get a nice big watch. Everyone wants a big car. But you know, when you're sick, none of these matter. None of this matters. You know, none of it matters. When you're ill, none of this matters. You know, your car doesn't matter. You're going to leave it behind. The car you own, it's not yours. Maybe someone had it before you, and you're going to sell it, isn't it? Everything you have is not yours. You don't own anything. In Islam, we believe you don't own anything. Nothing is yours. That blue top you're wearing, one day that's not going to be yours. Maybe you might give it to a friend, or you might give it to a second-hand shop. It's going to go. Yeah. It doesn't stay with you forever. You know,
everything's temporary.
So you don't own anything. Everything finishes. The only thing that's going to last is your good actions. What have you done in the little time you are here? I was talking to my kids earlier. I know teasing me, they're calling me old man because I finished school in 93. They said, oh, you're an old man. I said, look, let me give you guys some advice, yeah? The only thing that makes sense, yeah, is be good, yeah? Because time goes to do good things. Because the time goes so fast, yeah? It goes so fast. Before you know it, yeah, it's great, you know? Time goes so fast. And then you're going to ask yourself, what did I do with my time? Huh? What did I do? What did I do with my short stay on earth?
No.
Huh? And the only thing that makes sense is spending that time doing something worthy that you know people are going to benefit after you, yeah, or people are going to benefit while you're not here. If you dig a well, yeah, maybe in 5 years' time or 20 years' time, people are still using that well. Maybe you're not here, but people are still drinking water. You're still being rewarded for this.
When the day of judgment comes.
Yeah, judgment comes. But if you're spending your time, you're partying, you're going out, I mean, you're just killing yourself. You're killing yourself. You're not making no use, you know. And the only thing that's going to be of benefit to you is, what did you do? What benefit did you bring? You know, you was blessed with 2 eyes, a mouth, ears, an able body. What did you do with it? You're a king. What did you do with it?
That's it, brother. And this is the thing. And like I said, it's mad to think that as soon as we're born, that biological clock, your life clock, your time on Earth, as we know it, is literally as soon as you're born, it's just bam, it started. Your time is constantly going.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, it's what you do with that time.
Yep. What you do with that time. The shortest surah in the Quran, is called the time. And Allah says in the Quran, he swears an oath. He says, I swear, that man is at loss. Like his time is, he's wasting his time. He said, man is wasting his time. Allah swears that I swear that a man is wasting his time. Yeah. His time is at loss. Except the only person that wasting his time is the person who believes in God and does righteous actions. The person who believes in God and does righteous actions, and the person that is patient and he encourages good. This person is not wasting his time. But apart from that, everyone is wasting his time. Who else, you're stacking for what? I'm stacking so basically if I have plenty money, my kids won't suffer. Your kids might waste your money. How many people their children are wasting what they have or not appreciating your dad and mom's hard work?
I've got this family, like they relate to us. They used to import heroin back in the day. My auntie, she used to bring it in tubs from Pakistan. This is in like the 70s. And they accumulated a lot of wealth, a lot of health. They've got massive houses in Brighton, everything. And when they passed away, firstly, 2 of their children, one of them died from a heroin overdose. The other one's in a mental hospital. The other one is in and out of jail. And the other 2 sisters are trying to kill each other over the properties that I've left behind. Now, what was the purpose of that? To build up all this wealth.
They didn't build up no wealth. That's an illusion. Okay, what they built up was hell. That wasn't wealth, because you cannot build from evil. You cannot build from anything that is bad. You cannot build up a house on a weak foundation. So eventually it's got to come tumbling down. That's why the only thing that makes sense is doing good and building on good and on clean wealth.
100%.
So you'll see that.
So like you said, drug money.
It finishes in the end. You end up becoming broke. How many drug dealers do you know that has so much money and then right now they haven't got anything? But 15 years ago he was the man. Yeah. Because it all, it's like, this world. They say like God, Allah is the truth. Yeah, and the truth will always live. But anything else, everything that's a lie will die. Everything false will always end. So you'll see that everyone that's doing that, eventually it comes to an end. You don't end it yourself, it's going to get ended for you. You've got some good friends in prison, all finished, games is over, So the only thing that makes sense is doing good, being good, that's it. And there's so much happiness, so much joy in being a good person. Or trying to be a good person, because no one's perfect at it. Trying to be a good person.
It's so rewarding, man. It's so rewarding. Like I said, it's the natural high. The 2 times that I've done a lot of drugs in my life, And the two of the highest points where I was so buzzing is when I walked in that school in Bangladesh for the first time, and when I was on top of that truck in Africa and all of that, you know, with the horses on. I've never been so buzzing in my life. Natural high.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Because
amazing.
when we're sold the illusion that being bad is fun. It's not fun. Being good is fun. Trying to be good is fun. Trying to do good things is fun. Paying for someone to go to school is fun. I watched a clip a post on Facebook where Denzel Washington, he's the one that sponsored that guy. Is it Chad, the one that passed away? Chad Boseman. Yeah. Denzel Washington paid for his schooling. And look, he became a big actor.
Boswick,
That's an investment. Look, Denzel Washington did an investment years ago. Look what happened. Look what happened. So you see that paying for a kid to go to school, maybe that kid might become a president one day. Maybe that kid might go and do something great in the world. So these are what you call great investments. Stopping a young boy from doing crime, giving him advice. This is a great investment.
Yeah.
This is wealth. Knowledge is wealth. Advice is wealth.
Is absolutely astounding, like next level. Yeah. And it's not just. The thing is, you literally sound, without knowing your full story, sounds like you went from being a roadman, very successful in the music game, like you said, 600. I think you said a £600 jacket or something like that. So you was living that sort of life, and then to go back to the Gambia and just
give it up,
because you were so accustomed to that luxury life. But like you said, it doesn't make you happy. Possessions don't make you rich, and then you've gone right back to your ancestors with your dad and stuff. You don't mention your mum. Is your mum still alive?
My mum's alive. She lives like next door to me.
Yeah, I met her when I was out there.
Yeah, you met her. She lives next door. She's here.
Did she cook for you, Q? Did she cook?
No, she didn't cook for us.
My wife cooked.
Jollof rice the day I got there.
Yeah. You'll have a nice day when you come here, Cody. Trust me.
Is this the name, right? Is this the name? So what? So like, is it like with the like cattle and stuff like that? Is it cattle? Is it chickens? Is it like buffalo? I haven't got a clue. So I'm just asking.
Got like goats. You got sheep, cow, chickens, ducks.
The same same as everywhere else. Yeah.
Can I get some curry goat over in the Gambia?
Yeah, when you come here, don't worry.
Brother, get me on that plane, man.
When you come here, curry goat will go down your list just a little bit. I'll have a different rice meal for you every day. Don't worry, you just get here.
I think it just honestly like. And the thing is, to do something, because you alluded before, you said when you do things for other people, it releases chemicals in your brain. I believe the chemicals are called endorphins, and it's literally like you alluded to, it's a natural high.
Yeah. Because remember, it's like we've been reduced to being selfish and an individual. Everyone think for yourself, but really, we're not about that. Really, we're people of community. We're people of big families, all of us. That's how we used to live before. Big families, everyone living together, everyone helping each other, maybe everyone working on a farm together. All of us, England, you name it, was all living like that, But now, while we're all living for ourselves, you can see mental health is a problem, because everyone's by himself, everyone's lonely. It's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be a community, a people, a group, helping each other. I got a friend of mine. He's here as well. He's from Mauritius. He's been here for 3 years now. Yeah, he lives here now. He's been here for 3 years. He came. He was working in a law firm, and then he was supporting our charity while we was here. And in the end, he just had to come. He's been here ever since now. Iqbal's mate, Mohammed. I said about Mohammed. Mohammed lives here and has been here for 3 years. Yeah. He's from.
He speaks Gambian now.
Yeah, he speaks the language. He's not gone back.
Beautiful,
he left working in an office, to come and be here.
Yeah, he gave it up.
He's our head of admin now. He gave it all up to come and live here.
Beautiful brother, absolutely beautiful brother.
What's the language? What's the local language, or is there several?
Okay, English is the main language, but then we've got about 4 or 5 local language, but everyone speaks English.
So, like, because I know Senegal, I believe, because I think you said your mum was
French.
Was your mum born in Senegal?
Yeah, my mom was born in Gambia, but her dad is Senegalese, so she was raised in
Senegalese.
Senegal.
'Cause in Senegal, some of them speak French.
Yeah, that is. My mom speaks French as well. They speak French, yeah.
Yeah, man.
They speak French,
Q
yeah.
can never stay still, man. I always get this. Q's got his energy, man.
Yeah, I know.
Brother, can I be honest with you?
know.
You know, when you started talking about the food, I got hungry, bro. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. You guys start talking about the meat and all that. I was like, oh yeah, I know. I got a little bit of pizza left.
Yeah.
But again, what I'm going to do with everyone, I'm going to put the link in the description. Q has already put his Insta up. We can tell everybody again. I'll embed it in the link again.
Yeah. My Insta's CUE_201.
Yeah.
Follow the work. You can hashtag Living for the People on Facebook or Instagram, and you'll find me straight away.
Yeah. My Instagram is Alaji_Kinte. That's my Instagram, Alaji_Kinte. And on Facebook, I'm at Alaji Usman Kinte on Facebook. Yeah. So I do a lot of social stuff on my. I use a lot more Facebook than Instagram, but I'm trying to get onto Instagram. You know, where we don't have the 24 hours internet, and I've got Wi-Fi at home, but when I'm outside, it's not you know, it's hard to stay online. You know, so you know, it's expensive. So I kind of it's just at home really. You know, so I'm not always online, but when I do get a chance, I try to plug as much as I can.
Yeah.
She just put Q's thing on again there, but like I said, I'm just like I said, I've always looked at charity work and stuff like that, but this particular Q the other day and seeing the videos that Q did while Q was in Lebanon, I put a video of him on the back of the truck feeding the people, handing out bags of rice and things like that. And I took that video, I put it on the channel, and then obviously Q went on a little vacation at Her Majesty's pleasure, and then jumped out, and then. Well, the thing is though, how I said to Q the other day, like, it's such, again, for positivity and stuff like that, but like, we might have had a bad start and we might have done bad things, but it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. And you can repent and you can do that, turn it into a positive, use it, help people, educate. This channel in its own little way, I've tried to educate people as much as I can, and then people like Q, that enhances it again further, and educate, deter, because we don't want the youth going down the same route.
Good night.
You know what it is, yeah. You know, they say that you know, everyone can have a bad past, you know, but at the same time you can have a great future. Yeah. So it's like you know, the past, I like to look, when I left the music, you know, I went for about 2 years, I was really down, you know, like I told you, I went to the other extreme. I was only wearing old like cheap clothes. But the thing is, I kind of regretted my lifestyle, how I was living. I was really upset, disappointed in myself. I wasn't raised like that. I came from a really good home, good parents. I was really disappointed in myself. But the thing is that when I accepted it, you know, it became great lessons for me. You know, I started to use my past to educate, like what you're doing, educate others. You know, because it's an experience that you've got that some haven't got. And some people are still on the road, maybe where we used to be on. You know, we've all lived 3 different lives here, but we've got different things we can contribute to other people, you know. So it's like the past, you know, Allah, He always forgives the past. God will always forgive the past when you repent. But the future, you can make it a great one, you know, by using your past to educate people, you know, like what you're doing now. You know, this is fantastic.
All right, listen, fellas, it's getting late.
Right.
It is now 2:10. We've been on this for 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's 20 to 12. I'm gonna have to go. But yeah, quickly, just want to throw this out there, guys. Click the link. Please donate. Share the link with your friends. Encourage your friends to donate. Hopefully, it shouldn't take us long. Hopefully, you know, with the amount of subscribers that Cody has and the support that we have around here, we should have this money within a month. And hopefully, by the time me and Cody go out there in December, the house will be ready and we'll be able to go live from outside the house and show you where your money's been spent.
I'm going to go there I'm going to go and visit them maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on the thing. And I'll give you guys a video. of how the house is now. The drive up there, you know, how terrible the roads. And I'll give you guys a good video of the whole thing. I'll send it to you guys.
Well, Cody's channel. Make sure it's for the you know, mention Cody supporters, his subscribers.
Do you know what, brother? I'm with this. It's like it's your baby. Q jumps on board, and I'm definitely. I promise you, with everything that is holy, I will be out there before 2020 is out.
It's now our baby.
Inshallah.
1,000%. What we'll do then, guys? So Q again, social media things. Shout it. I'll put them in the description anyway. But go again.
CUE_201. All you gotta do is hashtag living for the people or take back the block, and you'll find me on any platform. Brother Pa, your turn.
Instagram Alhaji_Kinte, and on Facebook you can just do Alhaji Kinte. You'll get my Facebook page as well. All on Facebook.
Cody, thank you very much for your hospitality.
Before we finish, brother, Mediman just said here should have it within a week, and then he's doing like fingers crossed and prayer hands. So I think he's talking about donating. I'm not sure.
No problem.
Please do, my brother.
Right, guys, we'll leave it there then. Very grateful to Q. And what I can't pronounce you. How do you pronounce it?
Alhaji Kinte.
Alhaji.
Yeah, Alhaji.
I just call him Pa.
They call me Pa. They call me Pa as well. Yeah, they call me Pa. That's fine.
Brother Pa.
I'll let you guys finish it off, and then I'll just end the stream.
Guys, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank you both, you know, for having me on. It's been a pleasure speaking to both of you. You know, I'm really happy with it. I pray that lots of good things come from this. You know, many more good things come from this, where many people can take great benefit from us working together. That's what I pray for. And thank you to all the supporters. Keep supporting. You know, Cody, I think you're doing a fantastic job as well, sharing experiences, you know, helping people. This is great. This is all charity work, you know, because you're not getting paid for it, you know. So this is great, you know. Keep it up. Thank you all.
Love, peace. Take back the block. I'm out.
Thank you very much. Take back the block.